Okay, that's weird. What just happened? Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me, please. Please, somebody let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, good. It just stopped in the middle. It was really strange.
Thanks for the
I'm
sub.
saying there's nobody. Thank you, Landon Custom Classics. It's telling me there's 0 people in the chat right now. It's weird. It also stopped the intro 30 seconds early. And I didn't tell it to you. Yeah. But I think I'm saying something's wrong. So, I'm going to refresh my screen. You guys bear with me for a moment. We're going to refresh the screen. It may look like I'm gone, but I'm not. Okay, can everybody hear me now? I don't know, something. Okay, see, everything seems to be loaded. All right, I'm going to say hey to everybody, and we're going to jump back in to our history lesson we was going through. They can't stop. Bump me off again, but every time you hack me, I'm going to fry your system. Just remember that. Sassy Brenda, Outdoorsy Life, Deb Graybill, Miss Justice 11111. Just roll with it, baby. Angela Hoover, Cherokee Girl, Little Deb in the house. Donna Price, Smiley Stories World, Nico Jetcat. I hope I said that right. Michelle Davis. Welcome. Yeah, just roll with it. Definitely. I'm going to give a little recap real quick for those that weren't here earlier. We got Hattie. We got Miss Hattie back in the house. Our bucket list has holes. Oh, yeah, I'm coming back. They're not going to stop me from putting this out. I'm not giving up. Lolly Beautiful. I love that name. Welcome. Mr. Landon, thank you, and thank you for subscribing. Remember to hit that thumbs up and that red box and to ring the bell. That's all free.com, you guys. So if you're not subbed, please sub. Bag Lady, I like it. Welcome. Jack of all trades, loving it. I got a special guest. Yes, baby. You don't have to say that louder than him. Say, hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Subscribe to my channel and watch me play more games.
He's got a channel?
No. He pretends he's like Mimi and he has a YouTube channel. And he talks to his tablet and he plays video games. Like FGTV.
Oh, Lord. Everybody's saying, hey, little man. Look right there. You can see. Karen Ann, he is almost 5. How old are you, Jeremiah? Tell him how old you are.
I'm 5.
When?
I'm gonna be 5.
But when?
I gotta get big.
You got to get big?
Then I gotta get this from my PS4.
You got to get your Spider-Man PS4. You better get you a job. Yeah, a job. If you want a PS4 of any kind, you best get a job.
Big crunch.
What?
Bag lady crying so hard.
I know, right? Me too, bag lady. Me too. Okay, let me finish saying hey to everybody.
He's feeling better.
Jack of all trades, if y'all can't tell he's feeling better, Lord have mercy. Thank God the fever broke.
He was so whiny.
Katie, Kitty, Hattie, Slutch, I know. Tim, Graybill, Scuba Diva. Make sure I say hey to everybody before we get this party started once again. Part 2. If you did catch the first half, you sure should. Yeah, we gonna discuss all the things. So there. Welcome, Karen Ann. Oh, how cold is it in the UK? She said it's frosty. If luckily we went up by about 8 degrees, or the mist that's fallen would have been sleet and snow, the wintry mix they were calling for. Thank you, Nico. I like the name. Let's see. Let me get on up. We got Lay Marie in the house. Oh, yeah, they gonna get a big surprise. Whoever tried to hack into my system, I didn't tell nobody this, but I daisy chained some stuff, and I gave y'all a good surprise. So I'm waiting to see whose computer got fried in the YouTube streets. Because what I did was I set up a mirror effect. And everything that you aimed when you tried to burn and destroy again, that mirror, and this is the best, just simple way I can explain it. It's like having 2 mirrors set up, and that strike a light and hit the mirror and come back. And then I added power to it to multiply it times 3 back at you. So I hope you're ready, Freddie. We got Lay Marie, Katie, Kitty. Let's see, anybody I hadn't shouted out that's in the chat. And if I didn't say hey to Miss Karen Ann, I will say hey again. It never hurts to speak twice and be nice. Let's see, making sure Angela Hoover. Thank you. Thank God he's feeling better. Scuba Diva, my Scuba Diva in the house. Outdoorsy Life. Annabella. Thank you, Miss Annabella. Welcome back, my love. Make sure you tell my blazed and dazed love. Nothing but mad love from this side of the pond. I know all about Greene County, Miss Hattie, and the Smoky Mountains. I'm right on the opposite side of the dragon. Denise, how are you doing? Welcome. Let's see. I just want to make sure I greet everybody. Everybody, shout out where you're from. Especially my Tennessee folks, because we're going to give y'all a history lesson. If you're from the hills of Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, Virginia, you might want to be in the house. She hears me, good deal. I got mad love for her. I wish I was blazed and confused. I actually feel like I have been through half this case. Sure y'all can understand that. Ha! I like that, my couch. That's what's popping. Missouri in the house. Alabama. Whoop, whoop. Lots of Tennessees. I love the yonder. I'm from over yonder, too. I'm going to get the youngins, and we're going to go over yonder. Aight, y'all. Aight. Michigan in the house. Heathrow, UK, whoop, whoop. Idaho, yes. Smiley Story says, wherever she wants to be. I'm with that. Michelle, Alabama in the house. From my mama. I'm loving it. Tennessee, Kentucky, then moved west. Heard. North Carolina in the house. Aye. Mia Light said Australia. Love the accents. Can't help it. Got California, Arkansas, and Virginia in the crib. Why are you on my hip, my love? What's up, Miss K? Welcome back. South Carolina. I wish I felt as good as you feel. What's the secret? Oh, that's right. They did give him that steroid. Okay. Yonder is anywhere that's far away. You cannot come over yonder. You got to go over yonder. Yonder is away from where you're at. Landon. Around here they say the milkman, but whatever. Yes, yonder is over there. That's nice. David Cohen's in the chat, y'all. Welcome, David. David, did you hear what I told him earlier? Fred Hill's aunt, her last name, married name, is Lowry. Did you know that? Do you know that? And did you know that almost all of Ben Hill and Beech Creek are descendants of the very famous Dalton gang? David, honey, you are not almost a god. No, sir. I won't. You're very welcome, but I'm not welcome into that. Nobody, no person should say that they're a deity. That's not very good. David, while you up in here, let me drop you a link right quick. You're welcome to come up, and I will shut up and mute myself and let you talk. Because the first thing I'd like you to tell me is, I'm pasting the link, so bear with me a second because my link changes. That's what I love about Melon. Every broadcast, it's a different link. All you creators hear what I'm saying. I wish he would. He's more than welcome. I promise to be kind and respectful. Right, he doesn't want us to know the fake things. I think David is related to Fred. My marriage. Are you, David? Are you related to Miss Marie Hill Lowry? You're in Cuba. That's beautiful. I would have loved to have been there. Right. There. Tell him, bag lady. I agree, Hattie. David, I don't believe you're in Cuba. How are you? Bye. How? Right. Bag lady, I'm with you. Because if you're in Cuba, how are you searching for summer? Bag lady can be my friend too, Annabella. I think I know. Driving a truck, yeah. And if we trace your IP address, it may say you're in Cuba. It's raining here in North Carolina right now, David. You know, in the mountains, the Blowing Rock area, and up there where they take Dirty Dancing. You know, Brevard area and such. You know anything about that? Yeah, is it raining, man? Hallelujah. Okay, so back to the good stuff. David, you don't want to take a link, so that's true, A. Marie. Mexico and Cuba do cheap plastic surgery, I hear. Absolutely. So let's see. I want to show y'all these two things first. So we're going to share this window. Right click. I think he's scared, Hattie. Yeah, Cuba, New York. Well, David, I got one question. Since you don't want to come up, I'll ask you right now, okay? Here's my one question. What's the numbers that you have the name Linda embedded in me? I talked to Linda, by the way. She sent me a picture of a gentleman standing on her front porch holding a bag. Landon, you're my friend now. I didn't think they were allowing them. Yep, we sure do, bag lady. I got all the time in the world. And don't be scared. We're just keyboard warriors at the moment, David. I mean, for real. Ain't nobody do nothing to you behind the keyboard. And we'll try to. Well, David, why do you want to spell Linda's name out at the bottom of every email? I love that, Annabella. You just like Linda, or is that your mother's name? Or that's what I thought, Hattie. David, in Cuba, the weather is clear and 73 degrees, by the way. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Right, outdoorsy life. What's your number? Rob Smiley. He's rich. Show some love. Okay. So let's go on to get this business on the screen. Y'all remember that I was telling y'all in the last broadcast that Mr. Britt looked quite different from his last mugshot. So this is David Britt being arrested the other day for the murder. Hey, Justice. Do y'all see how different that looked from the previous mugshot that was in the newspaper article? I'm going to show you the article also that accompanied this. But is it just me, or does he look quite different? Lots of weight loss. Like, what's your secret, David? Because a lot of people's getting gastric bypass to look like you look. Real talk. David, Miss Justice wants to know, how is your sister? Little man said, bye, everybody. We don't have to keep it PG now. Annabella, this is David Britt. This is actually when he was arrested. Can you guys still hear me? This is David Britt when he was arrested. Okay? I think so too, bag lady. No, wrong, different, Miss Justice. I know. I was just being polite and using a certain, addressing like I was taught by my elders. My nanny would have whooped me if I don't call somebody Mr. or Ms. Forgot whose name roll with it, honey. Okay. This is David Britt when he got arrested for the two. David, that's the smartest thing I've heard you say, period. I feel sorry for her too. Because I bet she felt like she wanted to go wash something off her Ajax couldn't take out. Real talk.
You're awesome.
True. Don't do drugs. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Landon, for the super chat, darling. It's very sweet. Hattie, I love it. David Colin, she said. Okay, this is David Britt. This is the actual where the car wreck happened. This is the actual arrest from that car wreck, is what you're seeing on the screen. Now, here's the article that went with it. I'm making it as big as I can so you guys can see it. So just bear with me now. Oh, okay. Sullivan County, Tennessee, WJHL. Donald Britt, the man who was named a suspect in a fatal Wednesday night Sullivan County shooting, has been connected to a second homicide, according to authorities. Hashtag Donald Britt was taken into custody on Thursday afternoon following a police pursuit in Johnson City. That's the actual picture front that I was just showing you. I'll go back. Oh, Anna. Oh, Smiley, y'all killing me in the chat. I gotta quit reading the chat because it's gonna have me laughing. In a news conference Thursday afternoon, Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy said Britt has now been connected to 2 homicides. Authorities began searching for Britt after responding to a shooting around 8 p.m. Wednesday on Deck Lane near the Tri-Cities Airport. When deputies arrived, they found Katie Arnold, 36, unalive. Oh. Britt and Arnold had a pre-existing relationship, according to the sheriff. Wednesday night, authorities obtained an arrest warrant charging Britt with first-degree murder in connection to Arnold's death. According to the sheriff, the red Dodge Challenger Britt was believed to be traveling in after the shooting was located Thursday morning. And again, this is the picture from his arrest after the car chase and the wreck. Okay. Y'all are funny in the chat. I'm still not sure what that is. Okay. Sorry, I got a weird email. Go figure. All right. So we're going to jump back into the history lesson now. True. I am continuing. Amazing. I know, right, Joe? I'm instant in the chat, whatever. No, don't block David. He's being nice and respectful, you guys. We're not going to block it. We're not, sometimes I don't like to give people what they really want. Yes, the Britt guy goes back to one of the places, the Britt and the Crystal. Crystal, David Britt's ex-girlfriend, is the one, or it's his brother. There's David Britt and his brother that lived in a house near where one of Summer's footprints were located. For those that don't know, they also have a past with several people allegedly. Candace, Crystal, one of the brothers' boyfriend, is the woman that Don had the affair with. I might know a little more than people think. And Bag Lady, JSB don't really want to listen to the next topics because we're going to do us a little history lesson. We're going to talk about the Dalton gang and where they came from and how almost all of Beech Creek and Ben Hill are descendants of the Dalton gang and how they're all related. In part 1, I showed y'all Fred's father's obituary. I'm going to pull it back up real quick and show it to you guys again before we go into this history lesson because it's important. And because somebody that pretended to be a great supporter of mine during this time that I was off line and knocked off told me that they can't find Marie Hill Lowry. They can't even find one related to Fred. But how is that possible when all I got to do was go to the obituary and literally pull it up in the timenews.net? Let's see. Let's do that right now, live. Oh, if you just stop moving so slow. I cannot. I know one thing I'm going to do. No, right, Bag Lady. Even one that's made monetary donations. Go figure. And by the way, Fred isn't a junior or a senior. His middle damn name is Junior. Little bit of difference. Oh, I have, Landon. It's crazy. Do you know that the dolls for most of the American indigenous peoples are actually stored in that bank of history? Real talk. A lot of people don't know that. One thing I want to show y'all, a little thing about the monkeys. I want to credit Miss D. I talked a little bit about them. I'm going to show y'all a little 3-minute video while I blow the nose. And give David something to look at too. So just come on. Got the obituary ready. Come on. It's a shame when my Chromebook that's like 10, 12 years old is faster than a computer running. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Bear with me, I'm almost there. Yes, his middle name is Junior. His name is Fred Junior Hill. He is not a junior. His middle name is Junior. I thought that was kind of funny. Let's see. I'm hunting the monkeys. I want y'all to hear about it because it was kind of cute and funny. Oh, by the way, if y'all didn't know, JLR allegedly reported Dawn to CPS. He put out a video entitled About Those Monkeys. It's only 3.5 minutes. The name of the channel is D Presents. You guys go over there and show her some sunshine love. Please tell her that Nita sent you. Real talk. Oh, by the way, if you've seen Don's new Facebook page, he explains what the fat cows are. He actually shows yeah, Hattie. Tim Mullins was part of that dig. I actually showed a part of video there. And I tried to fix the sound. Okay. What did I need to repeat? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me switch back where I can see what the question was. Oh, the archaeological dig. Tim Mullins was a part of that with the school. And JLR put out a video in the last few hours. I can play the audio. Just hold on. I'll let him tell y'all. How about that? Give me a second. I'll put it on the TV and you can just hear. Oh, I know what you're talking about the blood. Also, a lot of people think the blue fugates did not cross over into Tennessee, but I hate to tell y'all, they did. Let's see, just hold on a moment. I'm going to pull it up and play it. Give me just a second. And then we'll watch the How About the Monkeys. But JLR strike me if I play it on my channel because he just put it out. But y'all might want to hear this. So here, let's turn it up loud and proud. And I'll let y'all hear it in his own words, okay? Oh, well, Hattie, that's not the same one. Tim Mullins was involved in an archaeological dig in Tennessee.
Jonathan Lee Rich's
Here we go, listen.
Where is Summer
Y'all hear
Wells? I'm
this?
going to give you a Don Wells update. But I just want to say that I think Don and Candace Wells are 100% guilty for what happened to Summer Wells beforehand, afterwards. They're responsible for what happened to Summer. They're responsible for the events that led up to Summer Wells being missing. So my reporting on them is I do feel they're guilty, and I'm reporting anything and everything they do. Now, Don Wells, I posted a YouTube video of Don Wells ranting and yelling at an individual, and I just let Tennessee Department of Children's Services know about Don Wells' behavior. Check it out. This is a Tennessee public records request I sent to the Tennessee.
He posted this video 3 days ago.
Department of Children's Services Christy Mons, she is handling Don and Candace Wells' child custody case. I also added 4 other people that are handling, employees of the DCS that are handling the Wells custody case. Under the Tennessee Public Records Act, requesting the following open records. All records on Don Wells, father of missing Summer Wells, from 10/30/2022, the day he got out of jail, to present, including Don Wells' phone call threatening another person trying to find Summer Wells.
I'll see if I can't pull up a screenshot of what he put in there. Y'all killing me. Y'all let Olivia have it. The Monkey Thing, D Presents put that out. Y'all, D's channels got struck. She's a homesteader. She's an older lady. She does good research, and she has great sources. Check her out, for real, for real. She's a supporter of my channel. She's not monetized. I don't think she even puts her cash app and stuff out there, okay? But the monkey story is true, bag lady, and I'm gonna show her video, and that's why I want to give her credit. I want her link in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the description box. Not gonna show it in its entirety. And guys, there's about 4 other videos that you guys that are in the Summers case and part of the Army, you're gonna want to see. You will like her, I promise.
See attached exhibit, and I added the YouTube video that I posted of Don Wells screaming and yelling and threatening.
I want y'all to hear this and watch what I'm saying. Can't nobody else. He called CPS. He said it himself. JLR, that's who you're hearing. I'm not going to show his video, but I'm going to let y'all hear this. I think it's important because later on, nobody else can't be blamed. Y'all heard? Real talk.
Another person
That
for trying to find Summer Wells.
don't come and say that me or Smiley or even Molly or Benny or Penny or Scott or nobody else or Days or whoever. Don't say thank you, appreciate that, Annabella. Do not say that nobody else done it. He's right here telling you he done it. Straight up. I don't care if I like somebody or don't like them. I don't want them to be wrongly accused. Period.
Oh, respectfully, Jonathan Original Media Group. Now, by law, they have to respond. And most likely, they're going to watch this video and see Don Wells's true colors, his character, what he does. This is how Don Wells talks. He screams and cusses all the time, and he's not nice. He's not a nice guy. So they are most likely going to see that video because I'm requesting records, and by law they have to respond. So it's a way for them to see what Don Wells is up to. No way do I think Don Wells should ever get the boys that were taken from him back, Don or Candace. No way at all. No child is safe around Don and Candace Wells. And as an activist, I will do everything in my power to do my best to prevent that from happening. And I'm sure there's millions out there that agree with me. Though Candace and Don Wells do have some supporters, but they're in the minority for sure. Subscribe to my channel, like, hit the notification button, whatever.
Okay. So, y'all, I got an idea. Me too, Annabella. Me too. Me too. I'm not ringing no damn bell, David. If you're still there, the only bell I want to ring is the one between your ears when you say dumb shit. You and JLR should be hanging out. Okay. Anyway, rant over for a moment. Let me say something. That, Lord have mercy. I'm going to make t-shirts and merch on my Teespring that says pressed. Not press, but pressed. and put Jlur pressed. Something to that nature. Watch and see if I don't, just for shits and giggles. Okay. Landon, you have a good night. Y'all think I'm kidding. But he's super pressed. Don't be pressed. Something. Oh, gosh. Just for shits and giggles. I already did the metabolife. Anyway, back to something I can stomach much better. So let me play Dee's video on the monkeys. We're going to play just enough for y'all to get the idea. And I know she's right. We had, when Granddaddy had to steal, that's the first time I ever heard revenuers, okay? Oh, yes, we will do a I'm Not Ringing the Bell t-shirt. I got a perfect one to discuss. Oh, my gosh. Okay. To make. I got the perfect one. Anyway, I got a perfect design for that. But anyways, I mean, it's funny to talk about, with, oh my gosh, I hate this TV. With the monkeys and whatnot. But we had an issue with raccoons. And let me tell you something, them little bastards is mean. But we had an issue with them. And Pop used to say, the revenuers is it was the revenuers. Ding dong, I'm not gonna ring that. Okay, David's gone. He got scared. I guess there was just not enough testosterone in the room for him. Yeah, David rung the bell. He tapped out, sure enough. Sure enough. Okay. Let me share this next screen so we can get into the fun stuff. Yeah. Oh, they're crazy. Raccoons ain't got no sense. Nope, you cannot unring a bell. You are correct about that. You need to tell David because he runs scared. There's just too many women up in here, I'm reckoning. Okay. Lottie, Lottie. All right, I'm going to mute. He didn't want to give us his number. Ain't no rain in Cuba. There's rain in Tennessee. There's rain in North Carolina. There's rain in the mountains of North Carolina. I bet the Lowrys got rain. I'm going to shut up now. Yeah, hey, there is a t-shirt. David Cohen's a chicken butt. You a silly, Smiley. I can't. I'm done. Okay, let's talk about monkeys.
Months ago, I started communicating with the lady that grew up in Beech Creek. Her maiden name is one of those 5 names that I've been talking about. Not going to tell you how old this lady is, but she's over 70 years old. She told me a lot of stories about Beech Creek when she was growing up. And she told me how the light men used to.
I just figured it out, y'all. David Cohen is up on Mays Mountain being chased by the damn monkeys. He's got the moonshine. Holy shit, send help. He needs help.
Be the moonshine men of the area. And they made moonshine right there on Beech Creek. They used Beech Creek water. They grew the corn.
Just FYI, I can substantiate multiple different ways what she's saying about specific lights. There was one light that made like the beard. And there is several documentaries. 2 I have featured in previous live streams. Okay. And I believe it was Sid was the name that one went by. And it was Beech Creek. One person made the liquor, one person made the malt or the beer type brew. And listen, it was real popular in their day. If y'all remember, do some research. I don't know what it shows up as because I was a youngin'. But I remember my family, especially Papa, going crazy. Let me tell you, this may sound a little loony, but it fits into this video, and it's also transformative and educational purposes as covered under that act. Fair use. But Miss D, I know because I'm talking about summer and bringing awareness, as you told me before, it's not a problem as long as I'm using it that way. Now, what I was going to tell you, when I say I know about moonshine, the big JFG jars that are like a gallon size, that's what I had for my bedroom doorstop, and my parents had for their bedroom doorstop, and we had to hold the bathroom door open. They were filled with clear liquid. Hell, I grew up thinking it was water, till I was old enough to look at me like, wait a minute, what's that floating in it? Because the big whole cinnamon sticks that look like a piece of tree bark rolled up. And the old school peppermints sticks. That's white with the red stripe. But it's the whole long one, about the size of the cinnamon stick. That's what was floating in there. Real talk. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know. I didn't know that's what Papa was. I mean, I've got black and white pictures of the old car that him and his partner that rode with him. I can see Stan's face now. They had what's called the suicide doors, where they close on each side. Bag lady, I'm dying. Is it from Dollar General? The circle sticker. Jesus. Okay, so they had the doors, that closed together. That car didn't stay in the same place. And it wasn't one that they drove around town or nothing. It only had a driver's seat. All the rest of the seats was removed. They had the wooden crates with the mason jars. All inside. All inside. These pictures of him and my grandma and Stan and his old lady in front of that car leaned up, and they got mason jars all across the hood and all across the ground in front of it. Filled. Y'all killing me in the chat. But on some real stuff, I didn't know it wasn't normal. I didn't know it wasn't normal for, everybody to have that way I grew up. I didn't know that wasn't normal. Now, during that time frame, we're talking the early 70s, there was a big shakeup in NASCAR. One of the biggest names in NASCAR, a driver, car owner, a team owner, Junior Johnson. If you don't know about it, Google it. I can't Google it till I get out this live stream and do some reset to this computer. Thank you, Cherokee. Anybody that can tell me how to defrag the hard drive and clean and delete a Microsoft Edge running Windows 11, please tell me. It looks like a darn Windows phone. And there's 2 icons on the screen. Everything's been factory reset. It says, but there's all these damn games on it. I don't know if this editing software and stuff is good. And it's slower than my Chromebook, but I digress. It's really cute. That church reminds me of the church out near my house, the original church that my great-grandparents gave the land and built the original sanctuary and parsonage. But I digress, okay? Y'all are killing me. Y'all killing the chat. Minnie Pearl did like price tags. She kept the one on her hat forever and ever. Amen. But y'all, all jokes to be aside for just a minute on some real stuff. There was a big shakeup in NASCAR, and y'all check it out. Junior Johnson is from Tennessee. I might be able to pull it up and see if it tells about the bust. It was a moonshine tank. He actually had to serve, I believe it was 5 years in I want to say it was federal penitentiary. He was deemed to be like the head of the, today it would be a RICO type situation because, it was conspiracy and all that. We're talking early 70s. What's up, TD Dean? I'm not sure why you say YouTube, but whatever. YouTube to you. Woo woo. I don't know. Y'all, them big sticks, 86 that. You need the Himalayan pink salt. It helps, and I'm not allergic. I found something I'm not allergic to. Anyway, let me Google this. Well, let me Bing. Let me tell y'all something. This shit is set to Bing is the search engine. I need DuckDuckGo. Google's even better than Bing. Bing can't find my ass, and my ass is wide and all outside. Oh, okay, anyway. Junior Johnson. Look, I typed in Junior Johnson. The first is NASCAR, and the second is moonshine. Now if it'll just pull anything up. There we go. He retired in 1966. I'm looking to see if it tells. Let's see. But that's how my grandpappy knew Junior. Oh, thank you, TV. Sorry, darling. I didn't understand. I wasn't even being mean. I just didn't know. Junior passed away, I believe in 88. Let me look. He died at 88. It was, he died in 2019. Okay. Let me find it. Who is Junior Johnson Moonshine? I don't know. Let's see what this says. No, I don't want to watch it on YouTube.
Johnson about his father. Ask Johnson about his father. He will smile and will tell you what a good man he was.
Okay, y'all ain't gonna be able to hear that. Hold on. Okay, we'll just read this because it tells, I think, what I want to get out there. Bingo, Denise, you ain't telling no lie, baby girl. You are not. And I just want everybody to know it sounds very far-fetched and whimsical about the monkeys and Beech Creek and they want moonshine, but it's not as out there as one might think. If everybody's okay with it, since mine is buffering, are y'all buffering? Is anybody buffering right now? I have to go to a different screen to be able to see the chat. They doing it again. My system is buffering. That's why I'm asking y'all. All right, let's see. Why, Lacey? Why does this keep coming up and out? Never mind, it just disappeared on its own. The Windows thing that looks like a daggone Windows phone keeps coming up on my screen. It's driving me batshit crazy. Okay. I'm not going to switch screens because it's acting a fool. So I'm going to just read you a little bit of this history of NASCAR, okay? One of the most prominent displays of the NASCAR Hall of Fame's heritage Johnson. Inaugural class of 2010. Why a whiskey still in an auto racing museum? The answer is simple. In the first decade or so of NASCAR racing, the transportation of illegal liquor in the South was a huge business, and a lot of the sport's early stars drove, owned, or built moonshine cars. Johnson was the best known bootlegger in Wilkes County, North Carolina. Now, when you look up Junior Johnson, you're going to see he was living in Tennessee. If it don't tell in this article, but it showed it on his Facebook page. I know. Let's see. Another center of liquor business. Dawsonville, Georgia, Hall of Fame, team owner, Raymond Parks, blah, blah, blah. Man, one in the South, Virginia drivers, whiskey troopers, like bootleggers, Wendell Scott, Curtis Turner, Tim Flock, and two-time NASCAR Premier champion, shuttled hooch back and forth between Alabama and Atlanta before turning to racing. A lot of our early NASCAR drivers, you're going to find, a lot of them were involved in a couple things. Several, allegedly, in my opinion. All views, unless substantiated by actual documents from court or other authoritative agency, are solely, my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. Let me say that because I can't afford the kind of money they throw around. You dig? Allegedly, the early NASCAR stars and money backers were your bootleggers and your organized moonshine runners. I say it the way I do because in today's time, they would be looking at RICO charges, conspiracy charges, laws that weren't even a thought on the horizon in those years. But anyway, of all the moonshiners he raced, Junior Johnson was the most legendary. He knew the back roads of his native Wilkes County, which ain't far from me, boo-boos. I used to date somebody that lived in North Wilkesboro. But anyway, like the back of his hand, and was an exceptionally skilled driver. Just as importantly, Johnson was a brilliant mechanic who could milk every ounce of speed out of the Fords and Oldsmobiles he used in his whiskey runs. By the way, my granddaddy was a stout Ford man, and that's how he bonded with Junior. Junior was been to my grandparents' house on many occasions. And I'm not saying that to brag. It authenticates what I know. I didn't know I was meeting nobody special. I'm like a little, like little man's age to 9 years old during this time frame. It's like 4.5, 5 years of my life. And I didn't know no better. Hell, I had scratched knees and skinned up everywhere. I was the biggest tomboy. I was the only girl in my neighborhood. I was the biggest tomboy ever growing up. Is anybody making comments? Is it froze? Did I lose everybody? Am I not online no more? Somebody make a comment. I'm trying to find. Let me go back. and add some, because that was what I was going about. Let's see. Moonshine bust. Bust edition, which I know. Here we go. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let that play, and then I'm gonna mute, let that play. Just play while I find it right quick. Be easier. Yes, hunting. Tomboy. If y'all know what that means, let me tell you real quick and in a hurry. My grandma and mama cringed. My daddy and granddaddy laughed. And I don't know what the church folk thought. Because Sunday after church, I'm in, my grandma sewed. She made the most beautiful dresses. I mean, people came from all over to have her make cakes and sew dresses for them. That's where I got my ability for, I think, arts and crafts parts. And I can cook a little better than Kay on Kay's cooking. Oh, Hattie, are you feeling all right, darling? You ain't tipsy on us, is you? Because let me tell y'all something. I can take Benadryl and it's knocked out. They won't let me up. Hit the thumbs up. Show you girls some love. But anyway, I was a tomboy. My nanny got me. I look like it's Easter Sunday every Sunday. The white patent leather, little Mary Janes with the little bows and lace on the toes. And then, okay, imagine the dress that's so stiff and starched and poofy with so much freaking lace. You don't need the underskirts to make the tail stand out and up. You dig? You know? Oh, I had that gingham print or whatever was cool that week and whatever color need be. And it was the sleeves with the old school elastic, you know, to where it fit tight enough to make your sleeves poof up. And everywhere you could put lace with some lace. And I'm talking about that stiff, starched, hard, itchy, old school lace. And then you got the fabric that was so stiff and itchy it ain't funny. And I didn't get off with just the freaking lace socks. Oh, hell to the no. 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 I was too prone to climb a tree in that damn dress after Sunday preaching was finally over in front of the church where the row of trees, they shouldn't have put them there, was. Nope. So I had to wear, y'all know the pantyhose that was more like leggings or tights? I had the white ones, those that you pulled up, and all across the butt, what was it? Was some damn lace sewed in rows and rows and rows. I got pictures. Don't play with me. I was a cute kid. I'm not embarrassed to put that shit out there. I was cute. Still am. What you talking about, bro? But anyway, I wasn't as thick then either. I was skinny as a rail. I could skip a rock, climb a tree, and whoop your ass as good as any of the boys in the neighborhood. They were all my cousins. Oh, I ain't got to that. Okay. So then I had those, you know, the legging tights with the lace all across the butt. Then I had a pair of the bloomers that matched the damn dress that was over top of the tights with lace across the ass. Then I had the socks on, you know, the thin white socks that you pull up and you fold down with the damn lace. I had 3 rows of lace on them. Oh my God. I hate lace to this damn day because of that shit. Okay. And what? I had the fucking gloves with the little pearl button on your wrist. The matching patent leather purse that was like a square box that I kept rocks in. and some twigs and shit that I collected, okay? And the damn bonnet that looked like every Easter Sunday's worst nightmare. It had the bow on the back hanging down, off of it with the little, pieces hanging off that matched the damn bows on the toes of the shoes and the patent leather bag that I was made to carry. Like I'd hang it on the tree limb when I started climbing. Y'all, and that damn bonnet with the strap like fucking Zorro or some shit going down under your chin of elastic. Are y'all kidding me? It was torture. The worst torture ever. Ever, ever, ever torture. Worse. I hit mugs with that pocket lid. What you talking about? That's why I put rocks in it. When I got older, I had a half a brick in that bitch. Don't play with me. I broke my Maybelline lip gloss. That was the only makeup I liked. The little skinny black one was Maybelline Clear. My grandma was quick to buy it because she didn't think I was ever going to be prissy and want to dress up and be fancy like a girl, she said. Okay. I'm climbing the tree outside the church after Sunday preaching. What you mean? They all talking and shit, dipping, smoking cigarettes, talking about going to eat. Half of them coming to my grandma's house because they know she cooking Sunday dinner and the preacher and the family coming. And, the preacher's son was my boyfriend because he was the baddest, just like me. I climbed the tree and no lie, in that dress, I'm hanging upside down, like you on the monkey bars and stuff, sliding. That's what I was doing. That's what I did. That's why they made me wear all that ish. Oh, I forgot. We had the little girl's wife beater. You know what I'm talking about. It was the top half underneath the dress. It looked like a wife beater. Just surged edges around and kind of under your underarms. It wasn't folded and, hemmed and that shit. It just surged because it was like an undershirt. Bruh, they made me wear that stuff because they knew I give a damn what you put me in. I'm skipping rocks and I'm hanging upside down from the tree. If somebody make me mad, I'm going to knuckle up. That's what's popping. That's how it was. That's how I grew up. So when I sit here and tell you that when I saw the video of Summer dancing in the rain and swinging on the motherfucking swing, I felt like I saw myself. And that's what drew me to this case. What? That's what I mean. My favorite pair of shoes was the Skips that came from Kmart that was green with the yellow stripes. Looked kind of like Adidas, but not really because they only had 2 stripes. But them was my favorites. Wore my hair in 2 ponytails. And wore my nanny made clothes and my Aunt Pat made clothes. So in the wintertime, I had jogging suits in neon colors because that was what was cool then. And summertime, I had the short sleeve. I had t-shirt or sweatshirt material, shorts and tops matching. If it wasn't neon, it was whatever was there. It was what it was, but I bet I had them all. I bet you. Listen, they might have made the clothes, but they were tailored to fit. Whatever you wanted, you could get. Blankets, all that shit. My grandma made it. For real, and so did my Aunt Pat. What Daddy didn't make, Aunt Pat did. I never did without nothing. I cannot complain. I wasn't embarrassed. When the flash dance phase came out, she couldn't make the leg warmers, so I got them bought. I had Red Camels, I had Kids, I had Nikes and Adidas and Asics and all that. New Balance, before they became the pedo shoes. Had all that. The little leather bass Docksiders, had all that when I was growing up. I can't complain. I had my Calvin Kleins and my Jordache. Who can forget the Jordache, as my grandma used to call it, pistol-legged pants? I had them with the zippers and the snaps and the bows and everything. They had them all right down there at the bottom after the little leg on the Jordache. I remember the acid wash. I had all that. I had Outback Red. I had Izod. I had Forenza. I shopped at the Limited. I could. Bear Tracks, all that. Spencer's. Everybody went to Spencer's when they went to the mall. Don't lie. Nobody was that innocent. Y'all all went in Spencer's and looked at the posters and the little, stupid gifts. And then we went to Bear Tracks. We were redeemed because that was the, That's where the store we wanted to be found shopping in was Bear Tracks, because they had the cute, little figurines and all the Lisa Frank stuff and all the stickers that you could want in the whole wide world. They had like this big thing that was nothing but rolls of stickers that you could buy 1 or 10 of each. Yeah, for real, for real. That was the days. Every Sunday afternoon, me and my 2 cousins, who my mom's twin sisters, twins, that were born on the same day as me in the same hospital, less than 2 hours before me, because I'm the baby. You gotta love me. I'm the baby. Not the mommy, but the baby. Anyway, real talk, we used to go every Sunday after we got done listening to what? Oh, I remember the Levi's. Yes, sir. Red tag. We would listen to Casey Kasem's Top 40 Countdown. Okay? Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. What you mean? You had to have that. With the old clear Memorex cassette tapes, I get the 90-minute ones. Real talk. Put them in the cassette players. We had 2 or 3 different cassette players. And record the songs as they came on. Oh, we're on number 5. And they played Rock Me Ham and Dance. Rock Me Ham and Dance. What you mean? Billie Jean. That's my Thriller. Y'all know y'all was rocking to that. I don't care what you say. Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home. All that. Still to this day, don't get caught slipping. I'm not a one-trick pony and never have been. I have everything in my music collection. It's very eclectic. Very eclectic. I have everything from Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart to Patsy Cline and George Jones and Garth Brooks and Deanna Carter and Shania Twain and Dolly Parton and Travis Tritt, Marty Stewart. Touch Me. To Hank Sr. and Jr. and the Third. To Metallica, Megadeth, Motley Crue, Rat, Poison. You can't name something I don't know. What you mean? Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, Man in Black. That was my granny's favorite. Folsom Prison Blues. Don't play with me. I've already proved before when I was on my other channel, music's not something you won't play with because I got you butterflies CD. I remember them. Oh, that was the stupidest thing ever invented next to parachute pants. Had a pair of those. Oh my God. Probably looked like a pig in a fucking blanket. But anyway, they are a beautiful blessing. They really are. And let's not forget, I'm not done. New Kids on the Block. Oh, remember Sabotage? If There Be Thorns. Love that album. New Kids on the Block. Bobby Brown, New Edition. Mary J. Blige, Betty Wright. I mean, to Juvenile and back that ass up. I've got it. I got it. I love me some Patsy. Are you kidding me? I go out walking after midnight. I'm butchering it. I could never be Patsy. Patsy was the Aaliyah of her day because she got unalived in not a very good way. Oh, leg warmers, stirrup pants. Oh, you kidding me? Aquanet and Ray 4, baby. Ray 4. I had to lead a Ford Kiss Me Deadly Do. Ask my daughter. They joked me for it. They got one picture of me. And if I can make it disappear, it will. Oh, I had the fair hair wigs. Listen, in the 80s when I was in high school, if you could knock a building down with your hair wings and your height, if you didn't have enough to knock a building down, and we was wearing Doc Martens back then, babies, and they didn't know what Doc Martens the fudge was. 9 eyelets with the yellow trim. Not these crappy Doc Martens y'all get today. Oh no, it had the steel rod. I wore them bitches for over 8 years, hosing floors down, closing at Hardee's. near the high school. I worked my way through high school. I remember some parachute pants. Don't get no baby oil down. They had garbage bag pants. Oh my God. Cabbage Patch dolls. The California raisins. And yes, everybody had a set of hot rollers and the curling iron that you could push the little button and it made the steam come out like your regular iron. Okay, back to the monkeys. We all got left and center. Let me mute and let the monkeys play.
Corn. They used Beech Creek wood to fire the stills. All they had to do was buy. They used beach water, moonshine right there on beach. Be the moonshine men of the area, and they made moonshine right there on Beech Creek. They used Beech Creek water. They grew the corn. They used Beech Creek wood to fire the stills. All they had to do was buy the sugar. So people used to come as far away as Nashville and Knoxville to buy the moonshine. She said it was famous. She said Beech Creek has a reputation, but everybody in Beech Creek aren't bad people. There are good people there. I sent her an email and
I want to say this. So as much as I lived a parallel life to most of the individuals in the Beech Creek Ben Hill area, I'm still an outsider. But I'm less of an outsider than the Wells are. Just so y'all know. And I love Dee's story too. Her whole story. I only hope to one day have her strength and wisdom. That's truly from my heart. The reason I say that about outsiders, in my opinion, there's a lot of things that even 1 to 2 generations before the generations living there now. So the parents or grandparents of those descendants living on Beech Creek still had certain viewpoints about the world and how things work and should work and are and should be. Because that's what they've been taught. My grandfather, for instance, he only had a 6th grade education. He was the oldest boy. He had to drop out of school to help take care of the family and support the family. Unfortunately, he wasn't a minority in that. That was a lot of families. So you've got individuals that are not highly educated. It doesn't mean they're not smart, but generally they're not world traveled. So they're not very accepting of other individuals outside their area code, per se. And then when you throw in other religious beliefs, other ethnicities, other social structures, they're not always very receptive or accepting. I know this personally for having gone through that. I would not be surprised to find that others went through the same struggle I did. But it always was harder on the woman than the man in those instances. Explore with me, I didn't say that. I didn't say it was for bootleggers. Actually, I was just talking about Junior Johnson and the history of NASCAR and showing that Fred wasn't lying about the monkeys, talking about my grandfather's moonshining days, and then we was talking about church. But anyway, oh, I didn't see what was said. Explore with me. I'm actually trying to educate, with facts and stuff. I know it seems like a whimsical story. Y'all be nice and kind to each other in the chat, please. Let's allow everybody to have respectful discourse all the way around. But I think it's important, I'm not downing anybody. Cadillac with no back seat, right? It's memories, to me, good memories. At the age of 9, I got drunk off moonshine and didn't even know it. Real talk. I'll never forget, I know everybody in the South area has heard of Cannon Pharmacy. We had like cough syrup in the brown plastic bottle with the lids, or it was glass back then. They're plastic now, it's glass. And it was brown though, and it had the Cannon Pharmacy, the white label with the blue writing like the corner wire, blue flowers. And where the beef at, right? And I had an earache and a bad cough, kind of like little man, sounded a lot like him. And Daddy left me with my nanny and left that cough syrup and, told her to give it to me basically as I needed it. And Hattie, I can tell you the same thing around here too. Apple cobbler, that strawberry pie, the blackberry. I like the blackberry actually. But anyway, I digress again. So it was pretty cool day. Well, I mean now to talk about it, it wasn't cool then. Oh yeah, honey, the lemon is hard to come by though. And straight up was pretty darn good too. Anything's better than Everclear and Mad Dog, ain't it? Especially making PJ. But anyway, so I didn't know. My grandma didn't know. And Daddy left to go work on a car, get car parts or whatever. And by the time he come back, like 3-4 hours later, I was stuck in a coder. And I remember hearing him ask his mama, Mama, where's that bottle of cough medicine I left? I know this ain't it. Yeah, I do remember the Wendy's lady. Where's the beef? And she said, it's right there on the table. On it. And sure enough, he had the right bottle. Oh, true crime, yes. Yes, Hunty. But it was right there and it was empty. I drank it all. Honey, I was puking. Because my grandma was telling me he's going to take me to the hospital. I got worse. I'm in the bathroom, Hunty. I'm hugging the porcelain gods. Begging Ralph to leave me alone. And my daddy's horse laughing. Mama, she ain't sick. She ain't sicker. She's drunk. What? Don't tell me that was some of your daddy's moonshine concoction. Best cough medicine ever. I drank it. It was a pint. You know, that's the size, like pint size, was the cough syrup thing. I drank a whole bottle of the cough syrup, which was the moonshine with the cinnamon and the peppermint stick dissolved. Bruh. Crucial. Crucial. Okay, back to the monkeys. Hey, with the monkeys. Yo, monkey around. Sorry. And whorehound candy. Yes, sir. I hate whorehound candy. There's a little shop here where you can still buy homemade, like the whorehound and the other sticks like that, and suckers and stuff. It's really pretty cool. And they have some of the old candy from like the 40s and the 50s. It's pretty awesome.
I asked her if she had ever tasted any of that whiskey or that moonshine, and she said she would have to tell me the truth and she would be lying if she said no. A couple of days ago, I emailed her and asked her what she thought about Fred Hill's account of the monkeys he said were running around Beech Creek. I was really surprised when she answered me back and said Fred Hill was telling the truth, that there are troops of monkeys that go around in the woods, and there has been since 1924. A man lived near Bays Mountain, and he died, and he had a bunch of monkeys, and the people just let him loose. She said what Fred Hill don't know is those monkeys are coming looking for that moonshine mash that the lights made. She said in the 1960s, there were rumors that those monkeys would come down 20, 30 at a time and raid the mash out of the moonshine stills, and those monkeys would get drunk. And they'd hang around there for a couple of days, and then they'd leave and be gone again. She said those monkeys come all the way from Bays Mountain hunting up.
Man, can you imagine walking in to where your steel is supposed to be? Oh my God, probably did, Katie. To where your steel is supposed to be, and you coming to get your shine to go deliver it and get your money, and you see about, oh, I don't know, 3 to 5 monkeys all over, all over, just done fucked up your whole stash, your whole run, everything. Oh my gosh. You know they was 3,800 with that one. You know there was some running drunken monkeys. Every Yes, they would be actually really dangerous. Just roll with it. Tim does love Base Mountain. And Tim loves to chat under the name Jim Goat. Is Tim related to the goats somehow? Because you know, the goats' first property in that area of Tennessee was actually a little cabin on Base Mountain. It's still there. I'm actually going to get into that in part of this live when we get into this document that I want us to look at. It's the stories. Yeah. Well, this is a written account of the stories all the way back to the Dalton gang. Actually, pre-Dalton gang time. It starts in 1796. And I think everybody's going to be really interested in what way and time that certain names become prominent in that area, you know, like Bernard, Crawford, Dykes, Light, Hill. You know, the names that we've been hearing over and over again. Morlock, Ball. There's a whole lot of them. And it's not me. It is documented, verified research that cites their sources and is accepted on the university and legal level. The documentation that they have is census and tax records. You know, that's where this documentation, and it's a monthly newsletter that's shared by the families. Okay, back to the drunken monkeys. Oh, heck no, wait, that's what I'm saying. You would not be impressed. You would be happy. You call Ronnie Lawson to come get the drunken monkeys. Oh, Hattie got me cracking. Can you imagine that? The phone call, how that we got, hey, call Miss Becky Smiley. Oh my Lord. Y'all, Smiley, listen, this is why I love her. When she gets mad and ready to act a fool, I'm the calm one that calms her down. When I'm talking crazy, she tells me to go for it. It did. Is ready to provide the tools and carry the bag while I got the shovel, you dig? But on some real stuff, she is the best cold caller I've ever seen. The way that she goes about talking to people, like the Cecil interview, for instance. Smiley, don't get mad at me for talking about you. It's good. Like the Cecil interview, for instance. Your yes ma'am, no ma'am, please and thank you, and calmness is a little disarming to people. And they don't expect to get hit with that zinger, with that whammy that you get ready to throw. Kind of like around here in these YouTube streets. A lot of people may think that they're getting over on you, or that you ain't catching on, you know, or whatever, or they, you know, they slick and they flexing on you. They gonna get caught slipping, and they gonna be like DMX. I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. I mean, that's the problem. Never underestimate who you're dealing with. And that being said, when you got somebody that is leading with their heart and their intent is in the right place and they prayed up, that's a difficult combo. I'm a friend for a reason. I won't be on the wrong side. I won't be on the wrong side of that. I feel you. Just roll with it. I believe that. Roll with it. I do. I believe that's true. And I don't think he's talking about Summer's case in that part. I think that if he, I mean, how do I say this? Anybody that stepped across the tracks in a town that they were born and raised in, or that's sociable, a lot, very sociable in a town they were born and raised in, is going to know a lot of people's secrets. You know, sometimes, see, he's a dude, so it's a little different, my perspective. Being a female, a lot of times people would talk in front of me like I didn't exist, or I was just too dumb to understand what the hell they were saying. And hell, I let them think it. You know what? Because I wasn't a dummy. Knowledge is power. It didn't mean that I had to go run and tell the world to write an article in the newspaper. What it meant was I had to put that shit and file it away. And if I see an old boy walking into, I don't know, Club A, and I knew old boy or old girl was in there, I knew to hit the damn floor and get the hell out of Dodge. You know, I probably am alive because people talked in front of me. I listen. I didn't run my mouth. I listened. I paid attention. Real stuff. Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree. Explore with me and have you. How can you do your job right on a lot of cases when you know what's going on within your own family? And I say that as a parent that cares. So, what is the truth? Were you not fully able to devote yourself to doing your job properly, Ronnie? Or are you a parent that doesn't care? Real talk. And I don't mean that in a mean or disrespectful fashion. I mean that with the most sincerest of motherly love. As a mother that's facing something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And I think, especially if you're in law enforcement and your child could be incarcerated somewhere where you put people away, that would be similar to what I'm dealing with, you know, on some real stuff. And I wouldn't be able to fully devote myself to that kind of job. I would not be. At least not as much as I should be or had been. So that's where that question comes from. Not a disrespectful place, a place of knowledge, a place of being a parent that cares. So if one of my children, my son, were going through that Brandon had been going through, I don't care what nobody says. You can't tell me that Ronnie didn't make a phone call and help suppress that. Or that, let me put it this way, TBI made the investigation. I'm not saying that the investigation was fixed in any way because obviously they got him to plead guilty. An outward plea is a guilty plea. In most every sense. That being said, I can't believe that John Q. Jones would have had the same treatment that would have been in a courthouse and the courtroom before a judge on the day that court was not in session. And the only person seen. that John Q. Jones would not have been arrested and went before the judge to get all the little charges and sentence and everything, all ducks in the fucking row on the first time on the docket when it was the only person on the docket. That's what I'm talking about. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. The same as knocking 19 years off a 20-year sentence is that bullshit. The same as why is it a local county jail for them charges? Shouldn't those be state charges? Shouldn't that be a state facility? It will be here. I mean, there might be local charges too, but more than likely it's going to be state charges on that level. You only going to be in the county for a minute. They're going to put you on to the state facility. I've always seen it that way. Oh, Lord Jesus. Somebody hit them. My mods. Knock them out. Block them. Block them. Block them. Block them. I've wondered that. Whose toes am I stepping on now that's sending the bots after me? You think you're going to shut me up? We'll just end it and start another one, do a third one. Okay. Well, and that's what I'm talking about, Smiling. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm actually giving you plausible deniability to in a real life situation. You find exploring me, it's great. But for real. No, I do remember Miss Hattie. But, you know, on a real heart parent level, I'm saying, do you, A, just not care about your child? Or B, we're a normal human being and parents. And distracted, maybe. That's all I'm saying on that. Go back to the monkeys. Look at a monkey around. Report and block, report and block, report and block. Or delete. Sometimes it's delete, depending on your device.
Moonshine. 13 miles there and 13 miles back. The moonshine stills and those monkeys would get drunk. And they'd hang around there for a couple of days and then they'd leave and be gone again. She said those monkeys come all the way from Bays Mountain hunting that moonshine. 13 miles there and 13 miles back.
All right, guys. Just for those that didn't get the first broadcast, I'm going to abbreviate this obituary real quick. It's short, sweet, Not me going into the detail. If you want to catch the detail, you'll have to watch the first live stream. Ronald Fred Hill, 74, Rogersville, Beech Creek Community, passed away September 26, 2021, at Holston Valley. COVID complications. He was born in Midway, Virginia, and lived most of his entire life in Beech Creek. He was a self-employed carpenter. He is survived by his wife, Mrs. Evelyn Crawford Hill. By the way, I remember Fred saying that Robinson and Miss Karen Elliott, son Fred Jr. Hill, grandchildren, 7 grandchildren, sisters Marie Lowry, Blanche Light, Rexy Perky, love her name, and Sarah Jane Morlock, brother Paul Hill, and several nieces, nephews, and cousins. Okay. On to the next thing. Okay, sorry, y'all. Sorry. I like cake too. I really like cake. Right? I'll say that. I know, right? So was it that Andy Paul couldn't take the being healed? He couldn't take the creek and the hill, so he got booted off. He was the one in the camper, right? Down there near the shed. Yes, chocolate. Yes. Yeah, I'm with you on the chocolate cake. Okay. Let's get to Kit Dalton real quick. This is to give you an idea of the Daltons that we're going to be discussing. The Daltons of Beech Creek. It's a PDF file. It's the first one I downloaded. Because when I put in Dalton Gang, it also comes up with the local singing group, I think. Bluegrass. Oh, if I'm doing angel food, I want strawberries. I'm going to make you want to go eat a strawberry. Okay, anyway. Kit Dalton, his original name was Daniel Webster Dalton. I can't eat no strawberry. I'll be sick. Can't do it. I don't want to think about it. Okay. I'm scared. No M&M's. Y'all talking. Y'all make it. Y'all trying to make me sick now. I'm not going to look at the chat. Okay. And he was born in Callaway County, Kentucky. He died in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee. And he's buried at Elmwood Cemetery in Memphis. In the Fowler section of the Confederate lot. All BS to the left. The Confederacy stance during the Civil War was what, you guys? Confederate soldiers were fighting for the right for what? Just wait. See if anybody heard what I was asking. Because it's important to where I believe the drugs, money, and power lead us to. Or who? Wow, really? The sisters, Marie Lowry, Blanche Light. Oh, I can't remember the last name, Perky. And then Sarah Jane Morlock. Did y'all hear it that time? Just let me know. Because that's 2 broadcasted every time I say those names that the sound cuts out. And I even did a sound check. So let me say them once again. Marie Lowry. Blanche Light. Like the Golden Girls Blanche. Rexy Perky, Sarah Jane Morlock. His mama was a Crawford, and his daddy was a Hill. I swear he said he didn't know no Crawfords. You can answer within YouTube guidelines, Cherokee. You just gotta not answer like Cherokee. You can't be yourself. What was the Confederate soldiers fighting against then in the Civil War? Bingo. Innocent till proven guilty. I like how you put that. Generationally. Generationally. It's handed down. Allegedly. But generationally is what. Since the Civil War, those attitudes and thoughts may have progressed, but not everywhere alike. Yes, outdoorsy life. I find that very interesting. And it's quite possible, innocent. I mean, or think about it like this. If your niece, nephew, cousin, sister, brother, uncle, whatever, is someone that committed a crime, are you more or less likely to be lenient upon that individual? Normally, I would have, to give the benefit of the doubt. But I think we have seen enough instances culminating with Brandon. What? That's creepy. That's creepy, innocent. That's creepy. I'm sorry, but that statement's creepy. I know why you're saying it. But it's just statements like that that have the public court of opinion where it's at. I know. I did explore with me. We did. We discussed that at length too. No, I agree, innocent. I agree. It's why it's hard for me when people say Occam's razor, because if I look at Occam's razor, it's that she wandered off and was either picked up by somebody, which could still follow with her being alive, or got lost. That kudzu is a bitch. For so many years, it took over everything. Nobody could figure out how to get rid of it, Cars were engulfed. Quick. That shit goes fast. I think what the SS would have said as the sought after I'm trying to think how to word this, you guys. Bear with me. The sought after set of attributes. I know what you mean exactly, innocent. I know exactly. I mean, we still have people here, where I live. We still have people in my area that they don't go to the store or the town, however you want to say it, still, but maybe once every 2 to 3 months. And hey, I'm gonna be real with you. We live in the country. I mean, you drive down, y'all see videos where I'm out in the country. It could look just like being out in the country in Rogersville or Morristown. Morristown, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm at home. In certain areas I was driving, real talk. Why I say that is because similar to probably what's going on there. I mean, the price of a chicken to a homesteader who generally pays slightly above wholesale is expected to rise above $25 per chicken. Real shit. They are now paying $8 for a case of egg, a dozen eggs. Like homesteaders. I have been watching and communicating. Those that are self-sufficient, gallon their milk that they're selling to be pasteurized. Their eggs. I might be wrong on the dozen. It might be like for a case of 24 or something like that. But this time last year, wasn't even pushing $3 for the amount they're getting $8 for. And happily shocked to be doing so. Welcome, Aurora. But I'm being as factual as I can because it's important. It's perspective. And best believe that the uppers, the higher ups, the uppers, those in power, they don't want you being self-sufficient. It cuts them tax dollars down. Think about it. You buy your seeds, and if you're smart, you keep them, and you don't have to buy them again. You grow your own vegetables. We used to do it growing up. Potatoes, corn, cabbage. I fucking hate it. Potatoes, corn, cabbage, tomatoes, green beans, watermelon. Do you really have to be slamming them cabinets like that for me, bro? What did they do to get ooh? What did they do to get ooh? You just over there beating the cabinets to death at 4 o'clock in the morning. How is little man?
No.
He's sleep. What's his temperature?
Yeah.
Yay, from steroids and antibiotics and cough syrup and Advil and Tylenol. He's drunker than a caterer. I just realized. They just medicated him out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Good old UNC healthcare. Not. Listen, drive on to another state, let me tell you. The I don't know what it's called. I guess the Baptist healthcare system is the other one. But don't go UNC. It might have been good at one time, but now that them and Atrium Health merged, Run and Mission, Atrium, and whatchamajigger is now UNC Health. Run. I'm trying to tell you. If I got any North Carolina peeps in here, y'all tell them I ain't bullshit. Run. Is it what it used to be? Lace.
No.
You don't even know what I asked.
No, because I'm over here mixing something.
At least she honest about it. but for real, it's like Memorial Mission, the hospital it used to be, and Grace is the hospital it's always been, right? I think I died, lost the chat or something. Like nobody said nothing in a hot minute. Is anybody out there? Can y'all hear me? Oh. Okay. But for real, I'm absolutely not joking. Oh, let me tell you this. I know I wasn't gonna talk about personal issues, but this is like not really for the personal issue. This is a warning for you guys. A heads up, a look out, however you want to, word it. Real quick. I told you how when Bob Dukes was in the hospital, how they put her out to intensive rehab and physical therapy that she really was never able to do even before, like for real. Was she able to do it before she went and had stroke or even that? The type of therapy they talk about. 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, intense. Yeah. Well, anyway, what's up, Keister, Buddy, and Bama Cat in the house? Welcome. Well, long story short, the Medicare, is it Medicare, right? Right, sis? It's Medicare, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The Medicare, and she had to get the Advantage. And it's United Healthcare and Humana, I think. And AARP's in it somehow. I don't know.
United Healthcare, no Humana.
Huh?
Humana was the hospital.
Okay. Well, what's the AARP?
It's in with United Healthcare.
Okay. Got you. So it's United Healthcare AARP. Anyway, all of them on her side was in agreement. They denied her to go to that rehab. Okay. And they sent her ETA at like 5:30 in the evening. Lacey was there. She could tell you she was with Mama for that one. But you was there for that transition. Right?
Yeah.
She does that to me all the time. I can tell by the time.
I'm trying to cook.
I love you. Anyway.
But I did hear you.
Yeah.
That's why I answered.
Well, I just wanted to make, I was just letting it be known you was there.
I answered.
Okay. Anyway. Aye. Anyway, this is the cautionary part of the tale. 5:30 that evening, she's taken. By 8:28 the next morning, she's by ambulance back in the emergency room. With a lot of problems, in worse shape than she was before she got there. After being in the hospital for, I think, 9 days, at that time, 9 or 10 days, it was a minute. All this stuff had been diagnosed. Just the stroke and the pre-existing conditions that she had. And the Medicare paperwork, Lacey could tell you, she can co-sign for me. She said it. Cited about 14 or 15 different reasons that they were denying it. None of it was because they wouldn't pay it. It's that they said she didn't qualify based on the fact that she was still too damn sick.
Path.
Yeah, she's still too damn sick. She told you that my synopsis and translation, she's still too damn sick. Y'all need to get her medically able to do this, and then we'll revisit it. If she's finished her doctor's recommended treatments and doing well, then yeah. But long story short, it was a weekend, so they sent her up out of there anyway, because the floor she was on wasn't taking care of her. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Shouldn't be. Anyway, so they assured us that due to the fact the insurance didn't approve it, and it was less than 12 hours, even though they kept referring to it as 2 separate stays, which meant 2 different co-payments, and starting over the 27-day time clock, that they would not charge me any charges associated with her going to that facility. The facility wasn't going to charge none of that. Tell me why we got a damn bill for what? How much was it? $500 and some dollars.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For what? A
a 9 mile one way, 9 miles.
I ain't thinking of that one.
It was 9 miles transport. That to go to the emergency room that morning is like $580 some dollars bill. They didn't charge for the stay. They didn't charge to take her there, but they're charging to bring her back one way, $580 some dollars, and that's some bullshit because it should have never happened. I hate to see what they charge to bring her home. Yeah, that part. But, okay, gotcha, Cherokee. Let me say this, Katie, because I want people to understand this that think they're so smart, Lord and girl. So please listen. Let me repeat it in case you're in the back lurking. I don't have a problem with you. I don't dislike you. I don't like your pompous, know-it-all attitude that's telling me what to do when you don't fully understand the circumstances. So the legal advice that you attempted to give that has been removed. Because until we see certification of your law degree and your ability to practice law in the state you're in and the state you're speaking to me in, I decided to remove it because I didn't want to violate any YouTube policy or any laws. And because you didn't know what you were talking about. Yes, there's quite a bit of equity in the home. Yeah, great. Can I sell it and pay off that and pocket money and go do and give RV and stuff? Well, that would be a lovely pipe dream. Now it is a liability and a debt, and will be for quite some time. They most likely will choose not to go after that if it's just refinanced as a liability and a debt, as it is. If it gets paid off and there's cash, that cash has to go into the estate and be held for so long. At that time, most likely, the hospital would come after it. So your advice is actually very bad advice that would end up leaving me in debt. Cheers. Not a dumbass, honey. Even in times of grief and stress, sometimes you have to pull it together, even if it seems like you're not, enough to be able to make sure that you and yours are going to eat tomorrow and be warm. And everything right now, that is the top priority, along with finishing paying for the services. Now, back to Kit Dalton. What? I was asking, the last question I asked that I didn't see anyone answer was a general statement. I didn't want a specific one. But generally, in the Civil War, you had the Confederate soldiers, and I believe that's the South. And then you had the North. What was the Confederate soldiers, the South, the Confederacy? What were they fighting for, or what were they fighting against? What was it that they were fighting to keep? I guess. Agreed, Smiley, and that was another thing. I don't have to, according to the attorney. You for 4 months, you got to do the ad thing and wait. and such. So I really can't make a fully informed decision at this time. So what I have to do at this time until everything can be adjudicated, settled properly, is I have to make sure that bills get paid. If I don't pay them, then I'm screwing me, myself, and all the rest of my family. That aside, back to the history lesson. What was the Confederacy fighting against? What did they not want to happen? Give me an H. No, I don't know. High school is what I was about to spell. That's too many letters. What is the nail clips? I've broken a nail and I can't get it. I found a crunch bar, but not nail clips. What? Swear to you. You want it? I don't. Not anybody's business. That's right. Bingo. Thank you, finally just roll with it for saving me. I've been begging for a minute. Everybody ignored me because they're afraid they can't say it the right way, that YouTube won't smack them around. They've been on one. I've always been known to speak my mind, even if it was my employer. And considering they ain't paid me for 2 months, I'll talk shit. I mean, let's be real. I didn't get a check last month, and I didn't get one this month. That's 2 months. Maybe by next month, I will make $100. So you don't get a paycheck, by the way. You have to make $100 to get a paycheck. So all these people talk about all the money that I'll be raking in. Let me say this again for those in the back that didn't hear me the first time. YouTube got me on that Confederacy plan. For real. In the month of November and December, because you're a month behind. They're like they hold back a week. At jobs, they hold back a month. So in the month of November and the month of December, I get make enough to get a paycheck, which means I didn't make enough. It's like I think $76 or something that I make to get it. Well, that was the rest of it. Oh. When he entered, if I don't know, I can find out. Send me a link and let me look at it. Oh, thank you, boo. Trolling bitch, what's up? She's saying she's a troll. I get what that means. I would think that's what it means. Oh. You're right to take what you. Yes. You're correct, innocent. You have to. It's like their rules. Or it's kind of like being. It's the clans is very similar to gang life, in my opinion. Would you think so? As far as you know, you kind of got to do what they tell you. You're bound by your honor code, your word, and such. I mean, that's how I understand it works. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me, man. Because I think we're here to educate each other and learn from each other. Y'all teach me shit all the time. I am not above learning something from anybody. I don't give a damn what. I don't know everything. Don't tell nobody that, though, okay? Because they think I know everything. So don't tell them. You go with me out there. I don't care. Okay. Yeah, we were. They called for the county, kind of over and up a little bit from us, to get sleet and freezing rain beginning early this morning. But I don't know. Did they get it, Eric? Did you ever hear of any snow coming in? I ain't seen it on the Facebook, and around here we get a dusting, and it's like we got a foot. Everybody out there driving 4-wheelers with chains and plows and shit and doing donuts, talking about look what they can do. Reminds me of what is that? It's Stewart. What is that on Mad TV? Look what I can do, mommy. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. That's what Jeremiah be doing to you, and it cracks me the hell up. Okay, sorry. But we were supposed to get some sleet, freezing rain, and a possibility of snow as well. But the temperature quickly, just not overnight either. Most people might expect you to say. It was, within a couple hours, did a 180. We were like hovering between like 30 to 32 range. Okay, I will check it out, Evil. Hovering right around there for quite a few hours. It was surprising how early it dropped down like that. And then all of a sudden, right like maybe 30, 45 minutes before it started raining, the temp shot up to like 44, which is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I die, Aurora. No, not that I saw innocent. Why was Father? What's that? I got questions. I'm so upset too, by the way. My Bluetooth mouse won't work with that computer. Lacey. Wonder why.
I don't know, because maybe it's not set up for that. It's set up for Bluetooth, but not that kind of Bluetooth. I don't know. I don't know nothing.
I think this probably ain't compatible.
You the one
Like,
always say you went to
I know,
school
but
for.
listen, Linda, listen. I think that the Chromebook's older than Methuselah, right? So, I think that this works with it. And like my cell phone, it'll work with it, right?
Mhm.
And older iPhones and tablets and such. So maybe that's too new of a program. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
What y'all think? If he came back, I need to see. Oh, yeah. I like trolling Sheriff Lawson. Can I make that my sock account? I need one. Y'all gonna have to teach me what's up with some sock accounts that people be talking about. I always imagined that you had to be like Lizzie was when she was doing Tiffany Marie's left foot. You had to have like a sock on it or something if you show it. It just sounded like what it's supposed to be to me. Am I looking for it?
I have no idea.
Oh, I know what it is. I forgot I put it in his face. Yeah. I needed to milk this. Told you I had a bad hangdown.
And scarred for life.
Why? Why are you scared? What?
No, my. Perdona.
Get out of my bedroom.
I'm not in your bedroom.
You are for right now.
No, I'm not. I'm in the family room.
Yeah, no, David's a big old chicken butt. Yeah, he did more than ring the bell. He used to take his tail between his legs and scurried off. Like a big old yellow streak down the back. That's sad. That was gross.
Mm-hmm. I know that about a
I can't hear you. I wish I could do it better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I said I'd give that about a 6.
Oh, well, my tummy was good better. I could tell the eyes. I cannot lie, like George Washington said. Lord. I'll talk to the sheriff. Who shot the sheriff? No, it's I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. Uh-oh, I hear the baby crying. He's saying, Mommy. That's it. No, he get no sleep hardly. Poor little thing. Just breaks my heart. He's beautiful. I don't know what nobody says. That's my baby. I better say he's beautiful. If I say he's beautiful, because look. I have a no tolerance policy when it comes to him. I don't tolerate no shit. Talk no shit. Do no shit. Katie, I just read. I'm over here dying. Oh my god, I sucked my own face here just now. Oh, it hurts. Laughing like that is against some kind of law, I'm sure. Oh, okay. Without giblets, Lord Jesus. She said he got snowballs. Oh, Paquito. Oh, Paquito Webbles. She said, oh, Paquito Webbles. Oh, my Jesus, man. Katie, I just swallowed my whole face. Oh. See, I'm dying. Okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe his finger would come back up or something. No.
I just took what's up. That's all. Right. Come on.
You dropped Black Panther. What?
What?
You say you dropped Black Panther?
No.
Oh.
Nothing of the sort.
I thought you said you dropped Black Panther and started crying for mommy.
No, I said he keeps waking up every so often.
Yeah.
Just not with his mom.
Yeah, he was doing that earlier. I mean, you know he'll do it sometimes if he wakes up in the middle of the night
Yeah, so
and
I
don't
just
see you.
reassure him that I'm here and he goes back to sleep.
But this is different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then he wants me in there with him, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I think he wants you to cuddle. He wants his mommy to hold him. He don't feel good. He don't feel good. The little bitty glass marbles though, Laura. Yeah. I always keep thinking of that Regina King song. Ring my bell, ring my bell. I could just
Adios,
hasta mañana. Technically, today though. Oh my Lord. He just can't listen, niggas. Y'all know his belly just sticks out too far to be able to sing it still. That's all it is. He's do a couple sit-ups. He'll be alright. And oh, I want to say something. I know it's off topic, but we've been off topic all night, so why not keep going? Yeah, did. Y'all know I like me some Casey, over at Living Lake Time. He's had a real hard few, little bits of time going on here lately with his business and whatnot. But he's still on it on Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney is his Summer Wells. I can identify, you know what I mean? And he's got a lot of good information, you guys. The black box is out. A lot of people are of the mindset, and I kind of am there. I got to give my support to it. I think the black box proves that Nick, the tow truck driver, wasn't so cray-cray after all. That he might have been telling the truth. And some things is looking real sketchy and real shady. Like there may even be somebody going around and stop, they call it cereal. Like my favorite cereal is Reese's mini Reese's Pieces cup things, balls. Those is cereal unaliver possibilities. It's what a lot of people are throwing around, and that there's a major cover up going on because some areas of authority have already ruled in an accident. There's a lot of controversy about what freezing one's cells in certain parts of the body can do to tissue, how it causes it to either disintegrate more quickly or preserves it to almost a point of impact or injury. And the other question is, why was her body and cells and other things frozen in the first place? I mean, why is that even something that has to be talked about and discussed? The water didn't get that cold, for real, for real. That water did not get to freezing levels. And it's very convenient, that video from the cameras, very convenient. And there's an explanation for that. If you go over to Casey's channel and watch, just go check him out at Living Lake Time. Always tell him Nina's World sent you. That way, we keep down some of this drama between creators. When, subs go to another channel and say, hey, I'm new here, so-and-so sent me. That's showing love. But anyway, he does some really decent work. He's a really cool kid, 31. He's got some music. He's a pronounced Christian. He is willing to answer authentic questions. Seems, I'm not saying I'm going to date him or hook him up with my daughter or nothing like that. He's does some good research. I don't really think he's drama that much, Katie. So, like I said, he's got a lot of good research. Like I've had certain channels come after me because they didn't like what I had to say, or that I wouldn't follow the company line, or toe whatever you call it. But I kind of see that in him, that's, everybody can make up their own mind. Right, exactly, Keister. There's a lot of fugazi stuff, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think he's got a lot of good research, a lot of good information, and I know I'm checking him out as a viewer, and I just think it's proper of me to tell you guys any channels that I watch that I think are worth my time, that I watch. I'm gonna tell you guys about them. I tell my homegirl and my friends, so why wouldn't I tell you all? That's what I'm supposed to do. Like, at least in my mind, that's how it's supposed to be. That's what I thought it was about, was, unity and togetherness, and, a quasi-family type situation. I got to step up and do my part just like everybody else. So I see it. I don't feel like I'm better than nobody or none of that. I sure know I know I ain't. Now, is there some people in this world that I do believe I may have more integrity than? Well, yeah. I mean, everybody can get in a situation where they make a bad choice or a bad decision once, But hell, if I keep going and staying in certain situations, I don't know, it's gonna really get deep if I start talking about that. But I don't know. I've always just felt like with my ex, I didn't linger. it took me less than 6 months, and that's a lot, I know. A lot of people's like 6 months, it's a lot. Yes, it is. It took me less than 6 months to be poof. No, forevermore. And it took way less than that for me to be able to move. And I was slick about that. Oh gosh. Remember, you be safe and careful. You know what the temperature is there, Bama? Oh, I said, Bama, do you know what temperature it is there? No, I'm at the same place to the mic that I had been. Let me see if I can turn the volume up. Hold on. That might help. Let's try this. Yeah. Is that any better? Is the sound any better? Oh, yeah. You better be careful there, Bama. For real, for real. Is the sound any better? Okay, cool. All right. Let's get through this so we can get on to the next thing real quick. The more lit thing. Oh, no, Bama, because they were saying I've been cutting out throughout the broadcast, so maybe it was a combo effect. Okay. I stopped at. Okay. I'm going to put my glasses on to see this. American frontier outlaw, born in Kentucky during the Civil War, he fought for the Confederacy and served as a captain in William Quatrell's Raiders. What? Okay, sorry. I remember that from just. I just remember this. I'm having flashbacks to high school history class. Okay. After the war, he rode with Cole Younger, Jesse, and Frank James, committing a series of robberies throughout Kentucky and Tennessee. 5 territory governors had set a price upon the head of Kit Dalton of $50,000. That was a lot. A heck of a lot back then. Okay. Wow. That's kind of shocked me. That's a lot. Of $50,000 for his capture, dead or alive. But he was never captured. He also rode as a member of outlaw Sam Bass's gang. Oh, wow. In Texas. Until Bass was shot and killed. After the 1882 Kentucky trials, which Frank James and the remaining Dalton gang members were charged and proved innocent, resulted in an agreement by the government in which the state was wiped clean. Kent Dalton referred to the civil life. He made a profession of religion and was a member of the Central Baptist Church in Memphis, Tennessee, where he died. Now, I read this about Kent Dalton because he's one of the more famous members. Now, he passed in 1920. He's actually a descendant of who I'm going to introduce you to now. Because they are, as I understand, his ancestors. So let's look at that. Because due to the Dalton gang and their notoriety and standing is why this renowned author, as soon as I get this to cooperate, is why this renowned author does this letter. I also got Dorothy Light stuff pulled up. Ancestry. Share. I'm trying to get it, share. Is everybody still there, or did y'all leave me? Hey, y'all, it says add cam at the bottom of my thing. Wow. Okay, sorry.